My name is Jerome Montgomery, and I have the honor of serving as the Executive Director of Project Vida. Toy With Me is our monthly live and live streaming event where we discuss and explore ways of creating a spicier, safer sexual experience through education on the use of adult toys, as well as an exploration of kink and fetish. Here at Toy With Me, we promote sex positivity and embrace all gender-loving communities. Toy With Me events are sponsored and produced by Project Vida, a nonprofit organization located on the southwest side of Chicago, where we provide a host of low-cost or free services to the community, including behavioral health services, case management services, food pantry services, acupuncture and massage, as well as rental and utility assistance. Once again, we would like to show you how grateful we are by joining us tonight. We encourage you or welcome you to just sit back and enjoy, or join us in the conversation by dropping your questions or comments into the chat, and one of the individuals on screen will be happy to answer your questions. At this time, I would like to ask you to join me in welcoming the gentleman of Onyx Midwest.
and locked.
Oh, I didn't see it locked. I saw it pierced.
I worked on a video when he had it locked.
Oh, wait. Come on, man. I'm always Welcome back, y'all, and thank you for sticking with us. I am Phobos Onyx of Onyx Midwest. Onyx is an organization that was founded in 1995, providing education, fraternity, and bridging a way for men of color to bridging a gap between men of color and the greater leather community. We are proud to partner with Project Vida to do Toy With Me today, and we have 9 chapters starting with the Midwest, which is centralized in Chicago, but it includes St. Louis, Milwaukee, Des Moines, and other cities in the Midwest. To find out more about Onyx, go to www.onyxmidwest.com, and that's where you also find our membership application. Today's topic is taking care of we instead of me. By we, I mean community, siblings, family, friends, chosen family. When we have 3 special guests with us here today. We have Leslie Givens of LinkUP. My apologies. Leslie Givens of LinkUP, Deja Smith of T for T, and we have Puma Onyx, a past president of Onyx Midwest. Let's start by you all telling us a little bit about yourselves and your involvement in the community.
Okay, I'll start. LinkUP Chicago coordinator through Project Vida, helping men of color deliver methamphetamine, present or past.
Deja Smith, T for T stands for by trans people, for trans people. So it was a collective with me and my coworker. Both of us are trans, and we just felt the need to have a group within Project Vida to just build community, have positive conversations, and just build each other up.
I'm Puma Onyx, as you mentioned earlier, the previous host of the show, but now you are like knocking it out of the park, so I'm excited to be here. As past president of Onyx Midwest, I am just someone who's always available for whatever is needed. So happy to be a member of the organization, be past president wherever I'm needed. I'm happy to help. I also volunteer a lot at the Leather Archives and Museum up on in Rogers Park on Greenview, just north of Devon. I've had the opportunity to host the contest where you won, Leatherman of Color, and judge a couple of other contests in the community, and just kind of guy that is really hard for me to say no, so just ask me.
This is true. Let's get a little bit more information on y'all. How did you find your circle in your community? Did someone approach you as a mentor? Did you actively seek a mentor? Did you join an organization? Did you just put yourself out there? How did you find your circle?
Sure. All right. So in 2015, I went on to Growler, and I went looking for folks that had something to do with this leather community. I had already bought a leather vest, didn't know what it means, didn't know what it meant at the time. I had already started to play with some toys and some gear, didn't really know what it meant, so I went looking out. And as a good Scorpio, I'm very methodical. I think about what I need, what I'm missing, and what I want. And those 3 kind of lenses is what I use to find the leather community. And then after the leather community, I pledged Onyx with 15 other people, and we all became members of Onyx. But after that, as a member, I still found a group within Onyx that I am closer to. We're all brothers, we're all siblings, but even within the group of Onyx Midwest, I have found, I shouldn't say found, because I think it takes work to make things happen. I've created that inner circle for myself. And then outside of all of that, I'm part of a leather family. Shout out to Chewa Banja, where we have folks that are part of that inner circle, folks that are not part of that inner circle. But in all of that, I was always looking for what was missing, what do I need, what do I want. And one of the things that I'll take a moment to say is our communities are too quick to dispose of our elders, and I am telling you, we cannot do that. We need our elders. We need to have them in our lives. We need to learn from them. These are folks that are trailblazers that have done things that some of us will never have to do because they did it for us. So I always wanted in my inner circle to have elders, folks who know things, who have lived things, who have wisdom that I will aspire to have. I also want young folks, near me and around me. I want folks that will challenge me. I want folks that will give me that shoulder to cry on when I need to cry, and that's what I've been looking for every time that I add someone to my inner circle or our leather family.
Okay.
It started back when I was like 2017. I went to Jackson State University. So just being like the first black trans ever in my family to just go to college and graduate. And I just felt like I guess I felt the need to like really like finish school because I knew that it was something that I wanted to do, but also was scared to do. So I challenged myself. I was like, no, finish school, get an education, and then make a difference. And so like my journey in school, I wanted to pledge AKA, and so like I literally just like said I wanted to pledge, and I pledged, but also it was like a whole bunch of controversy, like, well, you're not really a girl, and you're like, but so like all this stuff like that. So I took them to court. I got lawyers, won the case, pledged AKA spring of 2017. The first black trans to ever pledge AKA in black sorority, just in general. And so, just like, I took that story and made it my own story. And so where like more people, myself, be of trans or color, either black or brown or black, can have experience and also can do whatever they want to do.
Hey, Deja. For me, it was just my journey of learning my sexuality and changing the narrative of what most people thought of coming out. I didn't have the kicking out the house. I had a very supportive system. So always knowing I was gay, but wasn't able to actually label it till high school. And in that, person who was starting an organization asked if I would be their the voice for that, and happily I did. And I did it also as a way to educate my mother and stuff like that, who had her view of a gay male, but knowing that there's different ways of seeing us, different things, that's just a sexuality she didn't know. And from there, it just became part of me, a passion. So leaving Chicago, coming back, I'm back in it and happily to do like something you would do for free, get paid for it. And that's kind of the mantra I've been following.
Interesting. For myself, I've always been the type of person to seek out what I wanted. Growing up, I didn't know anyone that was gay other than myself. But when I got to college, that's when I started noticing other people. We started gravitating towards each other. We built our own little community. But then college was over. I still had a community of people that were gay, mainly on the dance team because I used to dance and how that works. But surrounded by people that were gay, but not necessarily people that were into kink, because we never talked about it. And we'd talk about some, freaky stuff, but for the most part, it wasn't really serious for them. For me, I wanted to get into the leather community. I wanted to go, but I dragged a few friends out. They were clutching their pearls and some of the stuff that they saw in me. I'm like, come on, let's go further. But then I heard about Onyx, and that's why I wanted to join Onyx, so I can be around more people that are like-minded and have that guidance. And here I am now. So with that being said, with your communities that you have built, like your circles, your chosen family, a lot of people have different names for it. If you have a partner, I don't know if you all do, but if you do, does that circle seem to kind of get in the way of a romantic relationship? Have you ever had any partners complaining, you spend too much time with them, or I need you to come in? Has it ever conflicted with any relationship?
I was asked, can a non-kinky person and a kinky person be successful in a relationship?
That too.
I'm like, anyone could do anything if they really want to do it. Let's just get that out of the way. But I can't imagine my partner or partners not being a part of that inner circle or that community. Mm-hmm. So again, what do I need? What am I missing? What am I looking for, right? I'm not going to be looking for someone who, to them, this entire concept is out of this world. Because I'm too old, too tired, and I just don't give a shit enough to do that in a relationship. I'm happy to educate and share, my journey and my experiences with others. But to do all of that, plus a relationship, plus dynamics, that's a lot, right? And, maybe I'll swallow my words in a couple of years and you'll see me doing it. I don't know. But at this point, I would seek and search for someone who would already understand this and would be okay with it. Okay. So that's one less thing for us to get through.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard. Me and my fiance, we just got engaged. So, we've been together for like 5 years now. So, like being trans and then dating is like two different things. You can be trans, but you can't really date because it's really hard to date because some people see you like it's a statistic or like see you as like a sex or like whatever. So like us just really being together for like 5 years like really made us strong. And of course like at first it's like I don't want you to do this, I don't want you to do that. But now I'm like, he knows if I'm going now, I'm going now. If he's going now, he's going now. Like we go out together. We all have the same friends. We all have like the same family. Like so it's like really just like one big happy family. So, but it took some grooming though, cause yeah, he was a hot mess. I wasn't, but he
was. For me, no relationship. But if there were, again, like you said, Puma, it would have to be a supportive, in general, relationship. Friends and family I've had since grammar school, so that is my family, do or die. So you don't have to get along with them, but they're going to be there, even if you're not. So get in where you fit in.
Right. Well, with these groups, one of the important things that we must discuss is sexual health. And also, we could talk about sexual pleasures, which brings me to this toy box sitting in front of us. On both ends, we need to take care of ourselves by getting tested, and we can also pleasure ourselves or pleasure someone else with some of the things that are in this box. Project Vida offers this box by getting tested. They are bringing you free testing in the comfort of your own home. All you have to do is scan the QR code or go to the URL on the screen and get your free HIV testing kit. Once you take the test, call the number provided and tell them the results, and then this fun little toy box will be sent on its way to you. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Form, test, toy box. Brought to you by the Test, Play, Repeat here at Project Vida. All these wonderful things can be yours, and you can also be responsible at the same time. We should all get tested. If you are sexually active, even if you're not, hey, get into the habits of taking care of yourself and each other. That was a famous talk show host that said that, wasn't it? Taking care of each other, and that's one thing that stuck with me. Taking care of yourself and taking care of each other. That's why we, not before me, but take care of we so you can take care of me. Because if you surround yourself, in my opinion, around with people who are not just like-minded, but are supportive, then you're taking care of yourself too. Don't surround yourself around people that want to take away from you. That's just my opinion. I hope y'all would agree.
Genuine,
Yeah.
genuine
Definitely
reciprocating.
agree.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Let's get into what makes you all the leaders. Of course, we're all leaders on the stage. Like what makes you the person to lead someone and support someone? Like what do you have to offer personally? Like if someone doesn't know you at all and they come to you for guidance, what is your, I guess you could say, specialty? Me, myself, I'm fairly new to the community. I can lead them to people that are like them. I can get along with anyone. So I kind of can help people know other people, kind of like to network, because I can get along with just about anybody. Some people are good at, let's say, showing people. Some people need help with, drug habits. Some people need help with, So what would you say that you specialize in? I know that you said with LinkUP, you all do for what you do for meth users, and
I think in general, I've always been a person of resources.
Okay.
And helping out the so-called underdog. That's kind of where I always see myself being. And but even here, outside of my job, Deja attests to this, that I make sure I have resources for everybody, or look to find it. So just knowledge. I like sharing knowledge.
Okay.
For people to empower themselves.
Yeah, just like Leslie, I am a resource queen, but nonetheless, I'm just like I'm like a mother figure. I feel like that, man. Most people say like I'm like a mother. I don't have kids yet, but I am a mother figure, and I feel like you have mother figures, but like you don't have mother figures that are like genuine, that's like really like don't have a motive behind it. I don't have a motive behind my mother figure. It's just like really just genuine who I am. And so like I just really just offer support to people, whether they're trans or whether they're not trans. Like that's just the kind of person I am. I'm just like really care for people. And so,
Yeah, I think you said the word that I was going to use to answer this question. And, Leslie and Deja, you all, have a calling. This is the work you're doing. And then there's like me. I'm not, right? I'm not working in this. But what I do is I care.
Yeah.
And anybody could do that,
Yeah.
regardless of whether you have a title, whether you work in an organization, or you just live in your own little life or your own big life. We need to care for one another. And when I was asked, can you come here and speak today? I was like, yeah. Although when I leave here, there's work I got to go do at home. But I care. I care enough to say, you know what? I'm not an expert. I don't have it all figured out. But what I do have, I'm willing to share because I care about the community. Even if I don't know you, I care about you, right? Because anyone who's in our community is one less person who's against our community. Even if we have varying, views, right? If we don't agree on everything, I have to agree on everything for me to care about you. But I know that outside of this community, you have so many other enemies, so many other things that are coming at you. But because you're a part of this community, I'm going to automatically care about you and share what I do know. And resources, hallelujah for resources, right? Because none of us got it all, but you just need to know where to go to get some information, where to guide folks. But caring to me is all I need to be able to be effective and do something, have an impact in this community.
Okay. That brings me to my next question, because that's the answer to my next question. How can we do better as a community? The answer to that would be to care. And I would say personal responsibility, self-accountability. If you don't care, how do you expect to spark someone else to want to care? Be that example, be that positive person, and maybe that can spread, instead of something negative. That's what I think that we can do better in the community. Is there anything else that we might be missing that we can do better? Something that we can bring to the forefront to change that you guys can think on the top of your head?
I was thinking like unity, unity and love, specifically unity. Like we're all LGBTQ, but like some of us are divided. The L might be divided with the B might divide with the C. So really just being like unified as one, because we're LGBTQ plus. Like we're not just one individual, we're like a family together. So like the unity part, and then also just love. Like we just love one another. Just because Leslie's not trans, and I mean I don't like him because he's trans. I mean I'm trans and Leslie's not bi. So I love him because Leslie is who he is. So like just like really just loving and bringing like unity to each other. That's why.
I'm more so been along that line, but also truly working together as organizations. We have a common goal and working towards it without the accolades or not having to have your name on the top of something first. Things are getting tighter as far as resources, in the money aspect. And I think we need to just pull those in and really work together so we can help our community with what they need, especially the Black and brown community. And that's been a little divide that I'm hoping we can unify.
Makes sense. Speaking of resources, would you like to bring up some of the resources or ways that people can, I want to say donate, but just become a resource themselves? Like maybe they can donate or maybe they can attend something. What are some of the resources? Let's maybe name some of them.
Oh, that LinkUP has? Or
Yes.
Well, we the typical like housing, navigating people back into like if you're homeless or a sex worker and you don't have your IDs and things like that, and you want to get back into society, and those are the first steps. We take you by your hand and show you how to do it, and you can go from there. It's also just empowering you to do it. We're not going to do everything for you because that's not helping you. Providing, I'm always like pass that torch along as well. So I've taught you how to do this. Tell one of your friends how to do this as well. It's kind of what my philosophy is as well. So.
As far as like T for T, it's really just like it's just a group. Not just an ordinary group, but I say it's like a movement because it's just not, we don't go in, we just do whatever. Like we really go in, we have like conversations, we have topics, and really just dig deep into like why being trans and like why are you trans, like the trauma behind being trans, and so we really dig deep, and we have like different speakers come out and speak and just talk and uplift each other. We just have a good old trans old time. We do, and I tell people all the time, it's just not your ordinary group. It's really a movement, and just providing just like safe space for each other. Like no one comes in distract us. We just go in and we be like in there for like 2 hours, 3 hours sometimes. So yeah, it's good.
When I think about resources, I think about this show. Right? We think we're just here hanging out, sharing information. But this show in and of itself is a resource. And what I love about this show is that Onyx realized we ourselves could only reach so much. And Project Vida said, well, we ourselves only know so much. If we put these two entities together, can we come up with something where we can reach more people, educate them more? And then this show came about, right? And, shout out to folks like Voodoo, Onyx, who did this before there were cameras, right? Doing it back in the other location, and before it was all these studio lights and all these incredible people that are making this show happen today. But this show in and of itself, if you're watching it today, that's great. It'll be recorded. Share it, link it, just put it out there so folks can see it. And they might identify with Phobos, they might identify with Deja or whomever. But it's a resource that I think, sometimes we assume people know that there's a resource, but I'm calling it out. There's a resource. Go ahead and share this show with other folks.
That's very true. This is the end of Trans Awareness Week. Tomorrow is Trans Remembrance Day. Would you like to shout out anything that you all have done, T for T, for the week and or for the Day of Remembrance?
Friday night we had a trans invasion at Club Escape, and so we just had like a night just full of fun, music, and like a fellowship. Tomorrow we're doing a Transgiving at 3501 West 26th Street. So if you're in the area, please come by, get some good old food, and we're just gonna have a good time and just break bread with each other, other community members as well. So.
That actually sounds fun. I wish I'd known about
I'm
that.
brining a turkey right
Just
now
come on. It starts
for
5:30.
tomorrow. So,
I was talking about at Club Escape too.
Oh,
But with that being said, I want to bring up a hanky. You know, since we're talking about caring for each other and, you know, the softer side of things, there is a hanky code, which is the teddy bear. And on the left, you are the big spoon. On the right, you are the cuddly, and you want to be the little spoon. So, what? And some people like both. I would consider myself a medium spoon because I want a large and a small, you know, next to me. But that's just me. That's just me. That's just a little tidbit.
In my house, we
information.
call that greedy. But go on.
That's not greedy. You got never
But I
mind.
love it. Living your life, absolutely.
variety options.
Trying to. Speak of living your life, let's
Right.
get back to the toy box. You can get tested. You can get you a toy box. You continue living your life. Let's see a short video about that.
Hey, Michelle, what are you doing tonight?
Hey Eric, Project Vida is doing the Toy With Me party on Zoom.
Nice. What's that all about?
They focused on different sex-positive topics, and they're going to be offering free home HIV testing kits through Sinai Infectious Disease Center.
HIV home test kits. How does that work?
So they're going to share a link in the chat where you can sign up to get your home test kit.
Okay, I've been wanting to get tested, but I didn't really want to leave the house.
I feel you. You just give them your contact info, and someone from Sinai will contact you to send out your free home HIV testing kits. They'll put it in an unmarked box to your mailbox.
Okay, then I do the test by myself. It sounds kind of difficult.
It's not that hard. Once you get the test kit, it's pretty easy. Just follow the step-by-step directions, and you'll get your results in about 20 minutes. Let Sinai know that you took the test and what your results were, and you can even call them and they'll walk you through it. Sinai will then contact Project Vida to let them know that you took the test, and they'll send you out a complimentary gift bag.
Can they also help me access PrEP and any other sexual health needs?
Yeah, of course. Sinai partner up with Project Vida to provide sexual health education, prevention tools, and medical treatment to the community. And they have lots of services too.
Sounds awesome. I definitely want to go and get tested at home, and I'll do the Toy With Me party too.
Welcome back, y'all. Just a reminder, if you have any questions, feel free to ask us. And
How they
any
gonna
of
do
our
that?
guests, they can type in if they're watching live.
Oh, on the chat.
Yes, in the chat.
I didn't know. I don't know if things has changed since I used to do this.
that
I don't know
is
if you
true.
heard. I used to do this.
Oh,
Yeah, okay.
I think I heard that. I might have seen an episode or two. But yeah, so we do have some announcements, but as I'm reading these, let's get some of these questions because I love answering questions. I'm an open book myself. Well, with the announcements, we have Mind, Body, and Soul. To start off our announcements, we have a reminder for all of the services the Mind, Body, and Soul Chicago Health and Wellness Circle has to offer for low to no cost for the Black male same gender loving community. So check out these wonderful services. Now we have a video for you to check out. Wow, those are some great services, and the massage and acupuncture are also open to the community. If you would like to learn more about the MBS Shy Wellness Circle, please scan the QR code on the screen or see the link in chat to learn more and take the first step to your wellness journey. We also have Transgiving, something that Deja was talking about earlier. Tomorrow, Monday, November 20th, on Transgender Day of Remembrance, the Shy Wellness Circle LinkUP Chicago, and T4T will be having the first Transgiving at the new Project Vida location at 3501 West 26th Street, starting at 5:30 p.m. Join them for good food, meaningful conversations, and honoring trans community members lost in the anti-trans violence. To sign up, please use the QR code on the screen or visit the link in the chat. Now, moving on to Onyx Midwest. We are having a bar night, our November bar night / toiletry drive, November 24th at Club Escape from 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. Join Onyx in donating toiletries that benefit NE Fuse, a company that monitors and accesses home services for the Department of Rehabilitative Services via AFC to prevent nursing home placement. Please see your screen to see what suggested items to bring to donate. And show up and party with us. It's going to be a good time. We have a day of testing event. Mark your calendars for World AIDS Day on December 1st from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. for Project Vida's Day of Testing, where we will have free HIV and STI testing, a toy box giveaway, free food, as well as swag t-shirts, stickers, and other things, as well as education resources and PrEP navigation services. This will be at the Prevention Services Center at 4111 West 26th Street. Brought to you by the Test, Play, Repeat campaign here at Project Vida. Come on with them questions, y'all. I'm ready to answer some. For our female viewers, we would like to announce that the final workshop of the year in Project Vida's Fit, Fabulous, and Fanatically Female workshop series for women who love women. This will be December 2nd from 2 to 3:30 p.m. at the Cadvale location with the topic of Breath Health by Dr. Renisha Campbell.
Breast health.
Breast health. That was me. I can't read today. Sorry, y'all. And finally, the next Toy With Me is streamed live on the third Sunday of every month. Our next stream will be all about the year in review. Join us for the next Toy With Me Sunday, December 17th from 7 to 8 p.m. Central. The theme is our year in review, where we will recap topics this year as well as have a special guest from CDPH for some info on where we are in Chicago public health. And a reminder, you can join us at the studio of Project Vida or tune in on YouTube or Facebook. Whew, that was a lot.
It's a lot of reading.
I know. But it's fundamental. I know, right? But before we go, it's time for some live Q&A. Y'all ready for some questions? I know I am. I love answering questions. And they better be good, too. Now, let's see. Remember to follow Project Vida Incorporated. That's Project Vida INC and Onyx Midwest with the @ symbol in front of it, of course, on Twitter, formerly known as Twitter, X, whatever they call it. They might change it tomorrow. I don't know. But just find us on there before they switch the name up, you know, or on Instagram. I guess that's going to stay the same. And look for our stories and posts on upcoming shows, bar nights, topics. Call us for questions. You can talk to us about membership for Onyx Midwest. You could talk to us about membership in Onyx, period. We'll point you in the right direction. We will answer the questions that you send to us at the end of the show every month. So if you're watching this later on, don't think, oh, it's too late to ask a question. Go ahead and we'll answer it for you. Now, do we have any questions?
There was one up there talking about
I missed it.
with the holidays coming up, what suggestions do you have to help you find community, help you find, that inner circle if you didn't have one?
I missed that one. So what's the answer? Listen.
I was helping you out. I was just reading the
Thank you for the help.
Former host.
Yes, and he caught that one. I'm feeling
all over
training.
the place. I'll say this, man. The holidays are tough.
Mm-hmm.
So let's not fake the funk. Mm-hmm. Let's just acknowledge that the holidays are difficult, right? They're difficult for a lot of folks. I myself, I'm hosting Friendsgiving for a lot of folks whose family are not here, right? They've either passed on or that relationship doesn't exist anymore. And, do I love cooking? Sure. Do I love cooking for 14 people on Thanksgiving? That's a lot, right? But making ourselves available, and we're all going to pitch in and bring stuff in, and it's fantastic. Opening up your doors during this time. I'm not sure that helps someone go out there and find, but also, if I cooked an entire Thanksgiving dinner and didn't let anyone in my house and no one said I want to come, what am I doing? I'm doing nothing. Folks said I want to come. So, put yourself out there and ask folks if they're having a Friendsgiving, if they're having, a holiday gathering that is for people that are in the same situation, meaning their family's not around or they don't have a relationship with their family. Asking can get you so much in this world.
That's very true.
We need to put our pride aside and just be able to say, hey, do you know if anyone's hosting? I attended a church back in the day that is also very open in having these kinds of events. So, happy to give you information. You can hit me up on X. I am Chicago Puma. They're happy to, to share that information. But I think folks need to just be okay with asking. And a lot of us need to be really okay with saying, come on in. Just the other day, someone who's coming to Friendsgiving said, is it okay if so-and-so comes because they don't have family here? I was like, yeah, of course it's okay. Like, absolutely, bring them along. So.
Okay. Well, on the other end of that, also be the type of person that would accept someone, inviting you. If they notice that you may seem like you're a little off, maybe they want you to be around, they're trying to look out for you. Go ahead and accept it. Puma, there's a question. What does chosen family mean to you?
Man, I sometimes feel an embarrassment of riches when it comes to hanging out with my friends because my family is here and I have a good relationship with my family. And a lot of my friends, their family are not around or they don't have a good relationship with them. So I already celebrated Thanksgiving with my family. I just had another celebration today before coming here, and I'm having Friendsgiving. This is just embarrassment of riches, right? But for me, chosen family, again, going back to what do I need, what am I missing, and what do I want? Chosen family for me are those folks that have a ground level understanding of what we want from each other. So we both want respect, we both want love, we both want care, we both want, support. So those folks. Then folks you gotta like, right? Like, I'm not gonna choose you. Right? I'm not gonna choose you and then not like you up in my house.
Yeah.
Right? I gotta like you. There's gotta be that. That has to be there as well. So, a combination of that. One of my favorite stories happened at Friendsgiving that I hosted. Someone came to my house, and I'll say it to this day, we were not supposed to be friends, right? We were not supposed to be friends. He done slept with all the men that I was trying to sleep with, and then some, right? But I sat there and listened to them talk, and I'm like, oh, this person's pretty cool. And now I have the privilege of calling that person one of my closest friends and, would do anything for them. So, we got to find commonality and we got to like each other. It's going to be difficult otherwise.
Yeah.
Can I add in that we also just need to also educate the youth about the importance of what's going on. There's so many kids that have so much stuff and they don't appreciate it. Of just taking them out there and seeing those who have little to nothing and making them be a part of that. We're not doing enough of that with the kids, of making them give back or be a part of something. So.
Exactly what you said, give back. I feel like once you surround yourself with people that you chose, your chosen family, why not reach out to someone else and help them, even if they're not in your chosen family, help them find one or be able to create their own. So you're right, give back. It's not all about you, and that's why it's we instead of me. Let's see, before we go, we do have another question. Great. What would you tell us about a time when you felt included in a group or event, and what specifically did someone do to make you feel that way? So I would have to think about that too.
I'm usually the person that's doing that.
Okay.
So I would have dinner parties and have people come, and it will be hours on end, but it would be a group of different ages, different economic backgrounds, but the idea is just people who never would have met, of making these connections, and some of them are still friends to this day, and it was just all around food. I would cook and just tell people to bring a libation, and we would go for there. If you didn't have an open mind, you couldn't come.
Food is a unifier.
Oh, yes.
Because we all gotta eat. We all gotta eat.
And we enjoy it.
That is very true. I'm still trying to think about a time for me. You got an example?
What?
Where you felt included, and how did you end up feeling that? I have like a vague example. It's very way back, way before I even knew what leather was. Just going to like a high school dance, and I'm thinking, I don't know anybody, I don't have any friends, we just moved, and I'm finna go to this dance for what? And then I'm like, you know what, let me not have that attitude. I'm a kid, thinking like this. I go over there, next thing I know, I'm surrounded by people, and we just talking, and then I made a group of friends. So sometimes it's not about what someone else can do to bring you in something. Sometimes you have to seek it out yourself. And having that hand, to guide you is a big help. So with me being a person that seeks out, I try to show people that you can do this. You can go out there and seek people, but with that, you have to be able to pick who's good and bad. But that's a whole different story.
A never-ending journey.
Story. We have another question. Well, comment looks like going into a question. Hello, beautiful people. Thank you.
How you
Appreciate you. Can you share any rituals within your chosen family that hold significance to you?
Ooh, can I?
Yes.
Right. So, shout out to Starling Onyx. It was one Christmas time, and I had moved into my apartment, and since I had moved, I had not put up a Christmas tree. And, Starling may be a lot of things, but he is a Christmas fanatic, right? And he's like, I can't believe you ain't got a Christmas tree. And I'm like, I have one, and I put it up. And he's like, And he said, I'm coming over. We're going to listen to Christmas music. We're going to eat Christmas food. I'm going to put up your tree and decorate it. And I'm like, okay. So fine. He comes over. And I swear to you, I think he had 2 Christmas songs on his phone. And for 3 hours, we put up the tree and the ornaments and listened to those damn songs over and over again. But then what has happened is after that, every year now, this chosen family comes over and they add new ornaments to the tree. And all I do is I put up the tree and then they come and they decorate it. It's like my little elves. They're really cute. But normally I'm in the kitchen making them food while they do that, so I work too.
Okay.
But they're going to do it on Thanksgiving this time. They don't know that yet.
They know now.
They know now because I'm not doing 2 events. I'm doing one. But no, it's become really important. It's become really important, and it's something that took me back to my childhood that I had not had as an adult. And again, Starling did start that off, but I love that all my friends come over and I got an ornament once that I thought was Patti LaBelle. And it was Michelle Obama.
No.
All of y'all can suck it. It was not a great representation. So, they remind me of things like, they'll criticize, like, this ball is covered in leopard print and gaudy little things. I'm like, yep, put it right in front. I want to see it right there. So it's just a great time, and then we're drinking and talking. It's our little ritual.
How about y'all?
For me, it's not Thanksgiving. Friends and I, we started celebrating Juneteenth.
Okay.
We named our little close-knit group the Funktronics. We all have our little nicknames. One of our friends is from the South. Her father brings up ribs and stuff and grills those. And it's just a celebration that we just grow, bringing in people into the fold who are coming from out of town, and so now it's like one of those looking forward to, and it has moved from city to city. Started off in Chicago, we've had it in New York, we've had it in Washington State, but is this something you look forward to?
Okay.
Me and my friends, so we have a Friendsgiving, but like the day after Thanksgiving, and we always do like a theme. So this year's theme is like lingerie, so like colors parties like lingerie, but also just being friends, and we can all be creative and no judgment. I don't know. They probably watching, so they know I'm judging. But anyway, just having a lingerie party. It's gonna be really interesting because I seen my chosen friend, like family, I seen them naked, kind of sort of, but not like to lingerie. So we're gonna see how my
Gonna
eyes.
see what's
yeah.
what, huh?
We're gonna see.
What you wearing?
What am I wearing? Interesting.
Oh.
I don't know yet. It's like next week. I don't know. It's between like red and pink. But pink is my favorite color, so it might be pink.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
We'll find out when we get there.
2-piece.
Yes. Right. It's gonna be a reveal.
Right,
I know, right? I got a quick question. Well, it's not my question. Traditional Thanksgiving food or something else?
Combination.
Definitely combination, yes.
Now, wouldn't that be called greedy? Did you call me greedy earlier?
No. No, it's not being
No, I agree. Both. It's 2023. But I prefer the traditional Thanksgiving food of my grandma. But I can't have that anymore. So let's, the stuff that I learned from her to cook, I'll have that. But something else could be fine too. It's 2023.
Baby. My Puerto Rican is just, So I just had this conversation before coming here today. Like, what was being served? Lechon, pernil, pork, right? That's what was being served today. And all the women that were there like, I don't like turkey. I don't like turkey. My one cousin said, if you take the turkey and you season it like you would the pork, your life will change. And I look at my mama and she's like, that's what I do. And I'm like, oh, okay, but she doesn't eat it. But that's another story. But yes, it is like, first of all, we're Puerto Ricans. We shouldn't be celebrating Thanksgiving for that purpose, but we do take the time to celebrate with family and friends. But when it comes to the food, starting this time of year, you're gonna have Puerto Rican rice, roasted pork, potato salad, ham, and this is from now, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. That is the food that you will be having for the season. So trying to come in there and make a turkey and Brussels sprout, no ma'am.
I have another question. Well, it's not mine, but it's a question. In honor of Trans Remembrance, what do you do to better support our trans brothers and sisters? I mean, I'll start. To me, it's the little things, honoring people's pronouns, respecting, where they might have difficulty somewhere else, be that safe space, for people, especially trans people, because, trans people get enough grief. So, what in honor of Trans Remembrance Day, we heard about some of the programs that you all were doing. So, dang, I wish I could have went to Club Escape.
I think really, like you said, just like honoring like trans people as just a whole, and just also just being there. Like trans people, like we go through a lot already as it is. So like having like people that you consider like your family, like turning their back on you is like, well, my real family turned my back on them, so now I gotta go to another family to do the same thing. So like just really just like being like really just caring and like just loving is like really and then just like going, like you can go to events, support. You don't gotta stay a long time, but just go and hey girl, okay, bye girl.
Show your face.
Yeah, so and stuff like that.
I just saw one. Oh, this is a good quick one. I already know my answer. Pick one. Pumpkin pie or sweet potato pie?
Sweet potato.
I know, isn't it even?
I don't want either.
No. What?
Sorry, y'all.
Ooh.
Hey, you from where?
The South.
You just don't like them or what?
That's why.
Yeah,
Oh, you got tired of them?
pretty much.
I can never get tired of a good sweet potato pie.
I'm just
The crust, maybe.
I eat the crust first to get that out the way.
Yeah.
Then I just go right to the middle and just
Cold out of refrigerator with some turkey.
cold or warm.
My good friend, Cato, came up with this key lime pie bars. I don't know what they are, but they're really, really,
Are
really
they?
good. And then last year he made creme brulee. And he brought his little torch, and we sat there and we're like, this little white man gonna burn down my house. And he's like torching it up. Enjoyed the creme brulee, enjoyed the key lime bars. And then I do like the pumpkin pie from Costco, though. And it's a very inappropriate thing that happens in my house by myself with the lights off and the pumpkin pie, and it's a thing. But in public, and to save face, of course, sweet potato pie is always at the top.
To save face.
Well, yeah, because if I'm gonna eat a pumpkin pie, it's because I've had a sweet potato.
I haven't ate a pumpkin pie in so long. Even when the sweet potato isn't available, I just push her right to the side. Like, I'm gonna let you get somebody else.
Definitely been experienced at a stranger's house.
Yeah.
Here's another one. Pick one: peach cobbler or apple pie. I would say peach cobbler for me personally.
Yeah.
Apple pie is okay, but you can't eat everybody's apple pie. It don't be that
They
good.
don't get the crust right.
And the apples don't be sweet enough. Will Smith or Dwayne Martin? Somebody asked. Exactly. So Will Smith. For me.
I live in a world
We
where
love
yes
you, Will
and.
Smith.
Oh, and okay, all right. Talking about some or, talking about some and.
Timeshare.
Oh my God. Well, I would like to thank y'all for tuning in.
Thank you.
I would like to thank y'all for y'all questions. I would like to thank my guests. It's weird me saying that. I'm just a person on the show. But I would like to thank Leslie Givens of LinkUP, Deja Smith of T for T, and Puma Onyx of Onyx Midwest. And we will see y'all next month.